Right, welcome back. Last time, we didn't do that much in particular, at least not map-wise. I've mainly just been sitting here, slowly integrating stuff. Well, the stuff that was conquered from New Spain. As well as slowly trying to convert these two provinces. Because they're accepted cultures, and also the religion itself gets bonus missionary strength, so to convert, so it's a little bit easier to convert than other provinces, which is good. Means I can slowly convert these to Mayan. Though that will take time. However, as that occurs, my own missionary strength will increase as religious unity increases. And that will also help increase stability, which is nice. Of course, probably best to figure out ways to improve that further. With one possibility being humanist ideas, although I could go for civic, religion, or scholastic ideas. I'm probably not going to go agrarian. I'm not honestly sure. That's something I'd rather wait until later to see what the industrial ideas are. But yeah, my next idea would probably be admin. It might be military instead. I'm not sure. If I am, I might actually go naval just for naval buffs, because right now the only enemies I have now are all going to have a decent navy at the very least. I've also been handling internal stuff, as well as building up my navy. It's important that I get it to be large and powerful. Especially to the point where I can manage to get everything that I need. Especially on both sides. Because there's no easy way for me to transfer these ships to the other ocean. So. Because going around South America takes too long and there's no Northwest Passage. And even then it would probably take even longer, honestly. That is, unless I had some sort of a sort of supply ports to the south of me, but that would probably take too much effort. Too little gain, especially since I can't react effectively with only one fleet. At least up until the Panama Canal occurs, but that's not anytime soon. It's going to be at least 100 years before I put together the required technology and materials for something as massive of a project as that. Yeah, if that even is an M&T. Someone just grabbed 40. Jeez. Who does that? I mean, I'm bright green over here. Main has so many points, apparently. What would be nice is if there were modes for specific attacks, so you can choose not to say just, you know, the overall color, but also the specific color for certain attacks. So if you want to see levels in admin tech, you can pick that, for example. It would certainly help with seeing what exactly you want to see on the tech. On the other hand, there is a ledger. Alright, fine, let's look at the ledger. There's also the unlikely possibility. No, that's not a country. Nations, technologies, admin tech, Ragusa, Oyman, oh, yeah, that already. Oyman is at Diplotech 40. Well, no one's gone past level 39, though there's quite a few people at level 39. Including humanity, but humanity doesn't count. Vassal State of Castile. I wonder if they're going to get annexed at some point. Slowly starting to get more exhaustion. Okay, what about you? Not at all. Castile's not at war, so... February 1681, okay. Wait. Right. There is something I wanted to do. Right, I wanted to do reforms. Come on. Pause. It's just one reform. It's still 10 years of effects, correct. I was hoping to get this through earlier, but I forgot about it until just now, so... Oh well. No one really cares, it's just gonna affect my legitimacy and stability. I don't think I can afford temporary tax relief. I just need to wait some time for stability to start increasing again. Alright. And once one of these are done, I'll move on to one of these provinces. Probably this one, given higher development level implies, well, that it's going to give me more religious unity once it's actually converted. Populations are decently similar. 140 total. 240. They should still be easy enough to convert them. Especially since the notables are slowly converting on their own. Though the rest of the population is in general less willing to do so. But once, well, in this province it's all urban and notables, the rules will take time. And I don't really care once it's the majority. The rest I can just leave behind. There'll be a sizable remainder left over, but have I forgot to restart the drilling. Oh well. Left to war yet again. Besides, it's not like anything that I'm coring right now has. Well, there are cores on it, so there's no problems. I just need to worry a bit about aggressive expansion, but keep looting light. And minimize the potential damages to, well, the economy of my subject states. Right. Yep. These provinces now all have properly been set up, at least taxation-wise. Yeah, there's harborage here. Good. It's enough for autonomy to start to decrease, that's for sure. The communication to here is slightly better. Not by much, but it's better. Avalon's also doing well. Of course, should the bureaucrats lose power again, which is decently reasonable as far as chances go. Yeah. But I believe the bureaucrats get enough influence gain in order to counteract any potential negatives. I should start prepping up the, well, divvying up the territory. I'll probably continue ensuring that provinces go to reasonable occupiers. Let's have this stuff go to Chimu. Kolima, not Chimu, Kolima, right. Chimu's down to the south, that's the one of the leftover countries in the Andes. This would best go to perhaps Tlaxcala. Yeah, let's give it to Tlaxcala actually. I like to keep my subjects at around equal disparity, and Totonac is obviously the largest of them, though I could take a look at actual death counts, maybe not either. 227, 188, 111, 188. I mean, Mesoamerica doesn't exactly have much room for development. This area is, after all, not particularly amazing dev. Or, well, even population-wise. Oh yes, right. The reason why I moved my army south here is to get them drilling again. They're still a bit low on drill. Could use a lot more, especially the ones down here at the bottom. Yeah, it's going to take a while. Right, and okay, yield concessions to ancient liberties. I'm perfectly fine granting that, along with special commissions to loyalists. Excellent, the loyalty is extremely high. They'll be less likely to complain if I were to do something like, I don't know, this. Organize the military to career soldiery. Which I will do in about 10 years. Then this will be ready, at least with regards to all of the following list. There's still the 55 versus the great average power that I need to deal with, but after that, they're going to have so much less power. They're going to provide so much less autonomy. And the bureaucracy will be pretty much the only notable power in this country. And that's an end goal right there. Yeah, let's depoliticize higher before my ruler ends up dying, which is likely. Yeah, that executive authority is not going to last long, so... Yeah, the elite factions are not going to like this, though. However, it won't directly affect loyalty, it just means that loyalty will tick down faster for quite a long period. But stability will improve, state corruption will improve, and the bureaucrats will get more influence. Not the maximum amount, mind you, but... or not the full amount, actually. Not the full amount, mind you, but for now this is good, especially since... That's the wrong one. With this level of bureaucratic politicization, there is actually a benefit to stability. The next level does mean that I no longer get state corruption from the reform, and the bureaucrats will have will achieve 100% of their actual influence value. However, I will actually have worse stability. So, it's best to wait on that until later. No. Oh, button. Okay. Tlaxcala, correct? Yep. And Kolima will get the rest of this. As much money as we can. Oh. Remove your cores. The prestige is more valuable than the money. Okay, these buttons act a little strangely. And we'll be ready for war against them in 1686. However, it's about time to stop here. Yeah. So, I have finally managed to core most of these provinces. In fact, almost all of them. The one that's left is this one, which is taking longer to core because it's an unaccepted culture and another religion, so this will take a while. Yeah. The occasional English colonization into Mexico has left its mark quite a few areas. Thankfully, I'm in the process of fixing stuff up, but that might take some time. Definitely might take some time. I also don't have enough diplo points to do anything because I spent most of them on peace deals. So yeah, I have reformed into, well, military service. In case you can't tell, my manpower just spiked. Oh, nope, no, don't keep rolling. My manpower just spiked along with my land force limit. So I can sustain a much larger army. Though for the time being, I'm not going to increase it by that much. Because I don't really need to. A large military is not something that I find necessary at the moment. Okay, so there's no narrow straight passageway through here. It's either a dead end or connects to here. It doesn't seem like... Yeah, looks like it's a bit of a dead end. Same here. I guess I'll colonize this province, and then that's it with colonizing for the time being. Not really anywhere else I can go, except maybe to here, but I think that's too far. Well, not until the next tech, anyway. The other provinces all seem to be taken. I got into the colonization game a little bit late. How could you tell? That's even further away. It's even further away, isn't it? 421. This one is like 397. 423. Actually a bit further away. Easter Island's also around here, I think. Although I will say this, I've not gained much in maps. Oh well. Yeah. Okay. Just defeated Teleco, which I'll probably shut the peace deal on, so I split it up like this. Mainly so that Totonac does not become overly large. I don't need them to be too big. And, well, it's Sins and Sons next. I'm gonna give all the territory to Lima. Additionally, due to greatly improving communication, well, in order to improve communication, I also started a major project here to construct a heck of a lot of pathing. I'm trying to bring it up to level 5 as quickly as possible, in order to minimize the communication time here, which is pretty important in ensuring that things go well. Especially since this is my main port for communicating with the Pacific. Communication here is already extremely good at 84%. I cannot really improve it without trying to go through here or something. The communication here is already pretty bad, so... Though that probably has something to do with the pathing. Though on both sides it's only one rank better, so... Although the port itself is pretty bad too, so... Anyway, improving pathing will help. Especially since this will cut CE time for traveling to here by a quarter. Yep. Well, basically halves the number of days, and I think it halves each time. Well, approximately. Level 4 brings it down to 10% from 25%, which is actually really good. 5 brings it down to 5%, and then... Well, I'm not sure about 6. Probably 2.5%, but I don't see an example of 6 anywhere. Just 7. Probably because 7 doesn't actually have a tech limit, where 6 does. Same with 5, so 7 brings it down to 1.5%, which is incredibly good for the communication. Anyway, so communication has been going well, so I've stated all of everything, basically. The only thing I haven't stated that's left is Baja, California, because the area doesn't actually have any harborage to it. So communication is not great. Eventually I'll probably put in some effort to bring some residents in order to improve things, but the area is pretty low priority as it stands. It probably will remain so until I get this. I have stated this province though, because communication is good enough so that even if I lose a bureaucrat or a lot of legitimacy, it should be fine to remain below 100%. Same with the rest of the Californian territories. They all get below 100% autonomy with stating, so... Or some of them even without stating, which is excellent. The only trouble regions in here are the innards in here, these 3. And this one. That's because the port is in the Pacific. Here the port is on the Atlantic side. Yeah. I also... I'm gonna wait until I can get further upgrades. I might build a fort here. It does actually seem like a pretty good spot with the jungle hills, providing a good deal of protection. Alright. Yeah, another thing I've been doing was building up fortifications in various locations. This one got finished. There's another one that's being built here, and then there's one that's being built here in Keith. I do plan on placing more as good opportunities arrive, but, well, all that will take time, especially since my own subjects have their own too, so I need to figure out where they are and build accordingly. At the very least, we'll make it more difficult for enemies to just traipse wherever they want into my country. That's the main reason for the forts, anyway. The garrisons provide a good deal of time for protection. Though not in every province, for example. This one is... Okay, apparently... No. These 2 are missing fortifications. At all. So, the newly colonized stuff does need some level of garrison. Although, on the other hand, this stuff isn't... This stuff is newly colonized, and it already has garrisons. This one has been here forever, and even has more dev than the others, but yeah. Okay, I think I should do one. Yeah. Automatic cultural conversion, which happens everywhere anyway, and I can't really control it, is ongoing, and in some places actually pretty close. The most notable would be Pen Itza, which is at 92.5%. Of course, that means that there is a slow spread of Yucatecan culture. However, provinces with separatism don't get it. And they have to be adjacent to Yucatecan culture too. Which does help that the colonizing has done stuff. However, that does mean there's only a limited number of provinces that are capable of doing that. I'm not sure if C counts as adjacency. Okay, if this one has cultural conversion... Okay, yeah. Sea coast counts. I guess? Possibly. Could be just close enough. I don't know. Yeah, I've gone on... Oh, right, and I talked about this, right? Oh, and there was one thing I also did. I reduced bureaucratic politicization to simply the spoils system, which reduced state corruption, increased bureaucratic influence, and also improved stability. Eventually I'll get the last level, but... you need 50 bureaucratic influence for that. It also worsens stability, I think. I mean, it doesn't mention it here, but I think it does. And state corruption isn't exactly that much of a problem. It'll go down to about 20, given time. And there's also quite a few separatists sitting about. But, well, there shouldn't really be a problem if the biggest they are is like 5 or 6k. The real issue is potentially them rising up all at the same time. So that would mean I would have to do a lot of moving about, but it's nothing I can't handle. I think I might actually have something. Yeah, grain provision ended. And that removed a lot of it. Excellent. Should also help with stability since it was low after a combination of major reforms and whatnot. Which corruption is also reducing rapidly despite the fact that the latest in anti-corruption measures are gone. Honestly, I'd probably do the recall of corrupt officials again, but not now. Now's not the time. Yeah. I'll see you again next time. Until then, bye.